only one of them runs on 4 legs.
Oh,
And it is the Tigreal, another one that we mentioned earlier.
okay. Lancey can choose between either of these two. But if they really want to go for like the pokes and the range, which they clearly lacked in game number 1, there's the feathered airstrike.
Yeah.
But then Team Liquid Philippines.
Be a lot of fighting.
Yeah, Carl Tizzy on the Hayabusa.
Yeah. The good thing about the lineup of TNC Pro Team is other than the Granger, I think the Granger's going to be the only one usually left vulnerable to the shadow kill of the Hayabusa. Because everything in TNC Pro Team is very close range, that they can distribute the damage of the ultimate of the Hayabusa much better.
They can juggle around.
They can juggle it, so that might be the tough thing for Carl TZ. Unless he gets to catch Lancey using the feathered airstrike, and then TNC Pro Team lose their formation, leaving an opening for the Hayabusa to go in. The good thing about TLPH is that once it gets to the late game, the Hayabusa can initiate, use that shadow kill early to start off the damage, and then everyone else can just clean up. While for TNC Pro Team, yeah, it's dependent on the pickoff.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Game number 2, match point for TNC Pro Team. This time around, going for a more reliable lineup, going up against Team Liquid Philippines, who are charging towards victory. I'll tell you now, it feels like TNC with that Valentina pick at the end. And again, the cornered show, that's what we call in the business. They had no choice, or they had no choice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's another 2-step plan for the Phoenix Army. I think Liquid, again, are going to play a little more better, especially when they find their footing mid-game.
Yeah, I had the same thoughts when the Valentina showed up. I'm not sure if this is the kind of comp or style that TNC really wants to play into this lineup of Team Liquid Philippines, since, again, earlier we were talking about how they need to almost always close in order for their lineup to work, and now it's quite similar, just except the fact that they have a bit more of range in the form of Benny Cutie on the Granger.
Trying to see here where TNC Pro Team can potentially get an opening before the turtle. Usually teams don't want to risk it, but they have the lineup that can go for it with a strong crowd control combo of the Cho and the Valentina to set up an early pickoff for Zyda, maybe. But Team Liquid Philippines are also not giving any possibilities for that to happen. You saw how JP and Sanji were handling the waves in the center of the map within their tower, so they're respecting the possibility as well.
I don't know if they smell this. Zyda is in the river brush. 3-1 comes in.
3 Martizzi's there, though Carl Tizzy tries to attempt for a pickoff, and now it's JP who's forced to use his flicker. Sanford's already here as well.
Ooh.
But it's only JP who burned his flicker.
But Sanji uses Fury.
Oh.
It almost happened, what we mentioned there. TNC set up for it and lined up for it very well. They're zoning back Carl TZ. I don't think will Carl be able to get close enough?
They're poking Team Liquid Philippines really well. There's the Glorious Pathway as well, but the turtle gets reset.
Oh, just a soft reset. Still 4 members apiece here present. Oh, neither side want to commit.
Yeah. I think Team Liquid Philippines have to give this up, as Carl TZ needs to get his orange buff first, and the Joy will be getting to the turtle first, unless he decides to go for the purple buff. Let's see.
Yep, JP still yet to get his level 4 too. So it seems like the turtle fight is postponed for later.
Don't think it's going to be a heavy fight. If ever it's going to be Team Liquid Philippines watching TNC Pro Team get it. JP's almost level 4 though. Yowie!
He goes for the Way of the Dragon onto JP, who's just barely gotten enough time to set things up. But Sanji though answers with the double kill. Yet Zyda in the end, however, still gets the turtle.
JP got at least some of the implosion in.
Yeah.
And it resulted to sure a turtle concession to TNC, but the chef is cooking. What a spicy appetizer.
Yeah, that was a great turnaround there for Team Liquid Philippines. Right at the very second, clutch from JP, even more clutch by Sanji to make sure that they get to secure those 2 kills. It balances out the win that TNC Pro Team got there, and it keeps it a much more closer affair. Still very execution-based here in the early game.
Yep, that's a flicker force out from Sanford upon seeing 3 Mar alongside Lancey, also using the Glorious Pathway. So somehow they get to really bait out skills every now and then. But Zyda's here.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, I think it's time that they gave Sanford some pressure. It's relatively free because, again, Trimar wants to leave the lane as much as possible, so that leaves Sanford with a lot of time to himself. Up top, though, check this out. Salmon Force dropped in by Oheb.
Will Cutie survive this because Yawi's right there, but the Purify gets to save Oheb from the knockup of the Jeet Kune Do. They get to actually avoid the threat of Yawi right there.
Yeah, it felt like Oheb was able to trace out the entire form of the Zaman Force with how he was able to avoid everything that Yawi brought to the table. It did force out the Purify, but hell, Oheb didn't die.
That's what you call coverage. Liquid Philippines, almost Sixth Sense-like when they came to the rescue of Oheb, leaving Sanford again down here to the bottom. Second turtle will spawn in the upper quarter about 20 seconds from now. And I guess that's why Liquid, the Stallions, they are circling about. And Yawi, they can put tabs on Yawi. Again, Yawi, despite being outnumbered here, look, there's 4 members of TLPH around, yeah?
Yeah.
Yawi's still there. Yawi's still threatening an amazing kick and flicker combo.
Yep, and JP still has the flicker implosion too. So there are a lot of resources intact for both sides, whoever wants to go for the engage first here in this upcoming turtle. But that's another Zaman Force though, already used by Oheb up top! And now he gets to actually take the way of the dragon, but Cutie won't be able to provide the double of damage because JP as well going in for a setup for the members behind. Yawi falls down, Zyda gets a trade onto Carl Tizzy at that! And TNC might be very happy with what they were able to take.
Oh, but Team Liquid Philippines countered that. They got 2. It's a 2-for-1 with Team Liquid Philippines walking out on top. Carl Tizzy got taken down, but he'll be able to get back quickly. Wow, what an entry by Carl Tizzy to find Cutie as Yawi went in for Oheb.
They're not done. Sanford gets a good amount of firepower laid out on him. Luckily, he is quite chunky, already has the Radiant armor. Here comes the cavalry clapping back. JP looking for range. Carl Tizzy taking care of his purple first turtle at half health.
Could this be round 2? Because Carl Tizzy is yet to come to the scene, but Sanford already goes in with the Inferno Pursuit, and Carl Tizzy still finds a way to secure the objective. Yawi and Zyda are down, and 40 gets a double kill on 3 Martizzi. Lassy's left alone, steals away the favorite airstrike, but 40 gets a triple kill, and Sanji's on a killing spree.
The Flames have been wiped out. TNC Pro Team all off the map, off of Liquid's clapback. They take the turtle too. Oh my lord, the Sansan duo is back.
Sansan, Carl Tizzy doing GOAT things. JP leading the charge as the daddy of the group. And Oheb being able to freely do damage. He's racked up a lot of assists, but he's been able to deal damage to bring TNC down. And again, all of the dashes on the side of TNC Pro Team help Sanford's cause, help Sanford to live long enough to deal damage, to be a nuisance for TNC Pro Team. And Sanford walking away with a triple kill there, yeah, that was the biggest sign of it.
Yeah, I don't wanna doubt Carl Tizzy making it to the fight anymore. He was able to clutch steal away the But Sanji?
Sanji!
Deep.
He's going up against 3, but he flies through all of them! There's a knock from Yawi, but there's a Purify to keep him safe!
If I saw that maneuver in a ranked game, I would be swearing and shouting at my mid laner, but this is Sanji we're talking about. That was enough time for that wave up top to just passively push. They were playing Patsy, they were using him as a scapegoat.
I mean, this is what we talked about with Sanji earlier. Well, we thought he'd go static. It's like, nah, he wants mobile. He wants to be able to go around, use wings by wings as the Farsa. Oh, Lassie!
That's massive burst damage! Being taken by Lancey. Fortunately, he was able to dodge the last one, but Sanji, he's been positioning himself in very unusual places, but he still gets to save himself every time.
Flaming meatballs from the sky. Chef Sanji, what do you have cooking up next? Attempting a Grand Theft Purple, Team Liquid Philippines. Able to commit to this, giving it over to, what is that? Did it go to Oheb?
Let's see.
Looks like it did.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. A purple buff around the feet of the Harith, it looks like. And Liquid will be able to get this Lord without a problem as TNC Pro Team again now. Drafted in the corner on the roam pickup. 2 games now that they've played a pick-off style roam, and it just didn't work out well for them.
Again, that's all they had. And guess who's benefiting from all that? It's Sanford. You could have had a chunkier roam, right? But no, even Yowie, you could hear him shout alongside Lancey, especially when they got wiped out earlier. No. Sanford's Phobius just stomped on him.
And as early as the laning phase, we weren't able to see 3 Martizi with the usual expectations of really dominating the mechanics in the lane. Being on the high loss though, so now it's clearly TNC having to defend this 8K gold lead in Team Liquid Philippines' hands.
Oh, surgical. Liquid Philippines escorted those waves, even got rid of those holy defenses in mid and top. That's an extra 2 minutes that they could have had for a free clear, but no, Liquid took that away too.
It might be overly aggro, but it looks endable here for Team Liquid Philippines. They have holy shields though, TNC Pro Team, in the bot. That's it.
Will JP go for a setup, or will they prioritize to take down the turrets first? There's the conceal coming in from JP, gets denied by the Glorious Pathway. And still, they're able to get some space. However, the Martini gets bursted down by Oheb and Sanji. We're counting endless duels and synergies now for Team Liquid Philippines, given their performance.
And they still don't get rid of the Purify.
They look busted. Team Liquid Philippines looks busted, and the base might just get busted by Team Liquid.
And they still have a potential setup coming through. But Yowie comes first. JP tries to block out everyone, and he gets to catch 2 members from the Phoenix Army. Now it's almost a wipeout, and it's only 3 Martizi left to defend. Only spamming the recalls alongside the cavalry, because they will be going for the 2-0 sweep. But they still don't want to end the game, and now it finally does.
Like a Raikiri straight to the heart. Team Liquid Philippines scores a sweep, 2-0.
Well, this is what we talked about. That was the condition. Full throttle. It's the final lap. TNC Pro Team looked like they had to play for changing tires. They had to box twice, while Team Liquid